protest is about a quarter of the size of yesterday's protest here at JFK. Then there were 900 to 1,000 people protesting. Today, far smaller. Let me step aside, and Hakeem, who's our videographer, will zoom in and let you see what's going on here. They're nonetheless very noisy, very vocal. One banner that I think you can see in the shot says "No ban, no wall," and they're chanting, you know, the end to what they're calling the Muslim ban. And this is going to go on, I think, until they say all the detainees have been released. Now, the situation as it stands at the moment here at JFK is that a Brooklyn-based federal judge yesterday put a partial ban in place on the administration's plans to block entry into this country from 7 mainly Muslim countries, including all the refugees from Syria. That is a national ban. It applies to all airports in the United States. The problem is that we don't know, because the government isn't telling us, how many people are still being held. Now, the federal authorities have said that they will comply with the wishes of the judge. They have little chance but to do that. That's the law here, so they will comply, and they've said as much, but they don't seem to be doing it very quickly. So there are still people being detained from the 7 countries affected. We just don't know how many or anything like what their names are. Now, the government has promised a list, but so far the list has yet to materialize. A lot of the people who are protesting here and at Battery Park and at 6 other locations around the country, including Washington, D.C., where you are, feel that they have no choice but to protest in this very vocal way, this very high-profile way, because despite all the campaign rhetoric that we got used to over those 18 months, I think they feel that what has happened so quickly, and the ramifications have come about so quickly that people have simply not been quite prepared for it. So the only way that they can move forward is to protest in this way, to let the government know, let the administration know their views. Now, among some of the key protesters are immigration lawyers who have fanned out to airports all around the country. These are volunteers. We have exclusive CGTN pictures from Dulles Airport in Washington, D.C., which is the main airport entry point for people coming in from overseas. And this is a flight coming in from the Middle East, and people are being welcomed by their friends and families. Some of them, we understand, were detained under the administration's ban. Now, Sharifa Abbasi is an immigration lawyer. She's there at Dulles Airport, and she told the CGTN cameras more about the immigration lawyers volunteering to help these people. Take a listen.
We have about 20 to 30 attorneys, volunteers, all sorts of attorneys. There's immigration attorneys and non-immigration attorneys. We are here on the ground at Dulles Airport, and we are trying to gain access to any individuals that may be detained back.
There is so much about this story about we simply do not know still, and it'll be a while, I think, before we find out. Now, the protesters are not going to go away, and I think the government is not going to back down either, though I suspect that some of its immigration policy is going to be mired in the courts all over the country, probably for some time to come.